Welcome trader to this weekly video recap from Admiral Markets, and I'm going to take a look at the US dollar in this video versus Euro, Pound, Yen, and Aussie. First of all, though, be aware that this video is intended for a global audience and may not be suitable for everyone. Therefore, take a look at admiralmarketsglobal.com, select your country of residence, and contact the appropriate entity to find out more about that and other conditions and details. Also, trading for exchange and global financial markets is considered high risk and may not be suitable for everyone. Therefore, please seek the advice of an independent financial advisor for more information on that. This video is for informational and educational purposes only, and by continuing watching this video, you agree with this disclaimer and you're aware of the risk involved when trading. You can also visit this website to find out more information about the risk involved. First on the list is this euro dollar with the last day actually left in November. We're going to, of course, see a new monthly candle appear tomorrow, and that's always good to take a look at what the low, high, and close look like compared to the open to see if there's a bearish sentiment, bullish, or perhaps a doji. And on the euro dollar, it's certainly looking bearish. Obviously, we see price moving lower and lower throughout November. We have a lot of news events this week, by the way. Euro, CAD, Aussie interest rate, and also Yellen, the Fed chair, speaking, and also NFP figures on Friday. So be aware of those. Otherwise, it's going to be interesting next month as well with regard to the US dollar interest rate. Will it go up? So those are all things to consider. If we do get an interest rate, there is a chance that the price, or good chance I would say, the price can break through the yearly low, which is now indicated by blue. That's a strong support level, of course, at the moment, and probably price will not break through that support unless the rate hike happens mid-December. At this point, price is very close to that support level, and you can see when we zoom in a bit, price has continued lower and lower very nicely since the break of this green trend line. But now it's kind of slowing down, and the angle of support here is a bit shallow, and resistance stays pretty steep, which is making a falling wedge kind of chart pattern, and is losing a bit of steam to the downside. And you can see that on the 4-hour chart just a tad better, like this. And you can see that this is a bit of a falling wedge with clear divergence, multiple divergences between these bottoms as price makes lower lows, but the oscillator doesn't. So from that point of view, if price breaks above this resistance line, there could be a rally up to the long-term moving average at about 107.50, 108, which of course could still be resistance. There's a lot of tops here that could act as resistance as well. So a bit of a rally there because of that support and divergence could happen, but price would have to break through resistance first of all. If price breaks below the support trend line here, this green one, then price could retest a bit deeper, could retest 105, and there's potential small fall here. Not a lot of space until we hit that bigger support level. So I'm not really jumping for joy, but there could be a bit of a breakout. But you can also see already another support line kicking in, which connects these bottoms as well. So downside, could struggle in the first 2 weeks if it does break through support. First of all, before I continue, we got a lot of webinars lined up. Weekly FX recap with Nenet and live trading labs on Tuesday and Wednesday, looking at fibs, waves, and price action, and 7:45 GMT, and then 5 p.m. GMT again Wednesday, price action with Nenet, looking at the indicators leading and lagging. And Thursday, same time, 5 p.m. again, we take a look together at optimal time frames, choosing, how to choose, basically explaining how to choose which time frames is most suitable for you at the particular trading day or trading week. All right, this is the Pound USD daily chart, and you can see that the pound is in a downtrend channel, but price has been pretty choppy with some sizable upside momentums as well. Let me show you. I think you can see it already, but these green arrows indicating strong upside as well at occasions. Overall, though, this downside angle is apparent, and now we're getting closer, or the pound, I should say, is getting closer to the support zone as it already has acted here. So that will be an important area, I would say. If price breaks this support, we could see an acceleration of the downtrend. If it bounces, we could see perhaps a reversal yet again, like the previous times, to challenge the resistance up in here. So that's going to be interesting, I think, to see how price will respond to that level. Let me zoom in so we can see that a bit better. There we go. No, not yet. There. So how will price get there? I mean, will price get there first of all, but how it will react if it does get there? If it breaks above these resistance lines, then something else is going on. I would say if price stays below it, there's still a good chance it can move down to that resistance, support from resistance. So from that point of view, here too, an interesting potential for downside. And then here, will it bounce back up or will it continue lower? And that's basically what I'm looking for. And then here, of course, again, the potential to turn back lower. So those are the main zones I'm keeping an eye on. Looking at the 1 hour chart, you can see a bit of a correction here. Price did break out, but it's kind of slowing down. So maybe there could be a hook back to the broken trend line yet again before moving down. I'll keep an eye on the 150.75 resistance zone. Wouldn't expect price to break above 151, which would break above this top and these resistances. So wouldn't expect that. And if it does, there could be a bit of a rally up to the next resistance up in here, 152.50. If it does respect 150.75, then 149.75 and 150 is the level. Max 149.50 is that zone I'm talking about regarding the trend lines. Okay, regarding the dollar yen, we can see price is a bit of a remains in a bit of a triangle. Resistance up in here, support also acting recently, and price bouncing here pretty strongly. So for an uptrend to continue, I would like to see actually price break above this top 125.60. Until that moment happens, I am still cautious with this upside because it's facing such a strong resistance levels right in here and these trend lines. These could be turning spots for the dollar yen. Downside, of course, is a bit tricky too because price has made a strong rally. So what I'm looking for is a break of these support trend lines, these blue trend lines, and then I'm expecting a bit of a stronger move down, perhaps to retest 120, which is the support trend line as well. So from that point of view, waiting for the break of support before trading it, and waiting for the break of resistance before maybe getting some potential of an upside. But this upside is going to be very, small zones because of the resistance levels that are apparent or right around the corner. In fact, you got one here, 123.70, one here, and one here, and one here. So very small zones, in fact, to the upside. All right, the AUDUSD, and looking for a potential resistance spot right in here. You can see that maybe a bit better if I zoom out like this. You can see a potential head and shoulders. So that level is important, and we can see a potential mini head and shoulders right here at the right shoulder, in fact, of the daily chart. And I'm keeping an eye on this level, 72.50-ish, for a potential reversal back down. If it breaks above 72.70, right, which is the red-orange resistance zone, then price can perhaps continue with the upside momentum we've seen already so far right in here. All right, so that's a key level, I think, for bear bull zone. If price does turn somewhere in here, all right, then I would like to see a continuation below this trend lines to retest maybe this bottom at 70.50, which is again a break or bounce spot. So using these trend lines, we can see basically an estimate where price has a strong confluence of support or resistance, and where the most important bounce or break spots could occur, in my opinion. Resistance at 72.50, 72.70, and that could be an important level for up or downside, and then again, important levels with these trend lines and these trend lines. All right, thank you for joining this weekly recap. Make sure to join the webinars this week. We got a great lineup, and also take a look at Admiral Markets in social media. A lot of content is being released on a daily basis on the website as well, admiralmarkets.com. So take a look at that when you have a second. Thanks again. Wish you good trading, and talk to you soon. Cheers.